Hi everyone, my name is Ginger Yifan Chen and I'm the Guest Services Coordinator at CamFest. I'm so happy to be here with the filmmakers of KUROSHIO Current and SWINGIN. We would like to acknowledge our wonderful co-presenter, TaiwaneseAmerican.org. CamFest is made possible by our community of supporters around the world. If you want to help bring Asian American stories to light, please donate or join as a CAM member at caamedia.org. For a limited time, new members can get 15% on our friend and supporter memberships using the promo code Celebrate Stories, and that's all lowercase, one word. Today we have two short films from Taiwan. We want to start with KUROSHIO Current. Please welcome Lai Kun-yo. Hi, thank you for having your lovely film at our festival. I wanted to first talk about the significance of mythology in your story, especially the amulet of Mazu, the sea goddess. Can you tell us a little bit more about the culture and history behind it?
Yeah, so Taiwan is like immigration society that people like hundreds years ago people come from China and they bring their self belief, and because Mazu is like it is like protector of sea, so slowly it becomes a common belief no matter what kind of race, no matter which part you're from China, and so it becomes a like common belief. Then like and the belief of Mazu gets stronger and stronger. So it has been no longer just a protect people go abroad or go out of the country. Like a lot of people ask or pray a lot for everything. So I use that as an image for traditional people, for my people from my hometown, from my parents. So including amulets. So I use that as a symbol for hometown.
Okay, so for this film, we focus on a young man who leaves Taiwan for the first time, and we sort of follow his journey. Have you drawn from your own immigration from your own immigration experiences in writing this film?
Yes. I was studying in United States for my master degree. So during that period, I was very confused, anxious about my future, and I find out almost like those who been is fresh off the boat, those who is just start a new career in the United States or other other countries, always share same kind of anxiety. Like we are and that do in these foreign countries, and parents, our hometown, especially I'm from rural country area. Those people, my friends, my parents, my family, always sometimes put a lot of expectation, and those expectations becomes a kind of pressure. So that becomes a pressure, the source of the pressure. So I that's why I try to write these short films to on myself deeper and try to reconcile with this kind of pressure to tell myself and those who still been struggle that to say it's okay, and to in to know itself myself deeper.
Yeah, there's a lot about family in this film. So Freddie, our main character, has his responsibilities towards his mother, his sister, his fiance. Can you tell me a little bit more about the tradition of the funeral procession 100 days after death? How was it filming that? How did you communicate with the performers who were part of that?
That really depends because sometimes some people prefer more like traditional and more complex way. Some people just like doing very simple way. So basically, like after 100 deaths of your lovers, family gone, we will go back to the tomb or to the place that we to like pray and provide some offering and to tell them that and have some ritual to tell them that we are good, we are in fine, everything's fine. So those people who passed away can rest in peace and go to heaven like peacefully.
Great. Thank you so much for telling me more about your project. Why don't you share how people can follow you or this film in the future?
So this is a student like thesis project, and I don't have like certain social media for this short film. But if you want to follow my like following works, or I also do some photography, you can follow my Instagram. You can directly type my name in and you can
There we go.
and follow me. Thank you.
And we did have some audio issues, but please note that Kunyo is in a hotel room in Taiwan. So thank you so much for phoning in and letting us know more about your
My
film.
pleasure.
Okay, thank you so much. Next, we will talk to Shang-Sing, who is the writer and director of SWINGIN. Hi.
I'm Shang-Sing, the writer, director of SWINGIN.
Yeah, thank you for having your film at Campus. I wanted to first ask you about your choice of jazz in the film. It's very prominent. We have a main character who is a jazz trumpet player. We have jazz all throughout the film as part of the soundtrack. Why did you choose this genre, which is an American-born music genre? And is there a jazz scene in Taiwan? Is there any influence from that?
Well, first I love jazz, so that's like my personal thing. But I actually started writing this story without thinking of jazz first. The story was written before same-sex marriage was legalized in Taiwan, before 2019. And along the way of my writing process, I was thinking what, it was actually classical music. I was writing more of putting classical music in the film. But then along the writing, I started to think about, the core of the story, the essence, that I need for this show. It's sort of a show for the story. So then I started to think the alternatives, and I found jazz is even better matching, the core of the story, because jazz is in a way it's much a freer form comparing to classical music, and it's usually like 3-4 people collaborating and improvising on the stage, but that doesn't mean they know nothing before they improvise. They actually have some structure, they have some agreements before they go on the stage. So it's kind of the spirit that I want to show, for this family, Howard, Jahao, and Cho and Steven. They are sort of like the jazz players on the stage. They are collaborating. They are all very different, unique, people, but they have to live under one rooftop and support each other. So I kind of feel, this jazz, matches what the story. Yeah.
And Taiwan is the first country to legalize gay marriage in Asia. I would love it if you could tell us more about the historical significance of this film as well.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this is probably I wrote this story before I could imagine the legalization happen. There was a sense like in before 2019 we people were talking about it. People were trying very hard to push it, push this legalization happen, but we didn't know it could happen. We were just hoping, and we even had this what do you call a referendum, the national referendum, to ask the citizens here whether that people want this legalization, and the answer was no, a big no. So I was writing the story with a very a big depression at the time, because this nation pretty much more than 50% of people said no to same-sex marriage. So, but I was writing a comedy. I even there was depression. I was trying to do a different, going to the opposite. I was hoping, if one day, writing a story, it's like I write something, I imagine if one day this happens, and then and after 2019, the same-sex marriage was surprisingly legalized. It was a call by our highest court to overturn the referendum, and so it was a big surprise though to us. And then I have this story ready, and then so I submitted this to some grants, and I got it, and then so quickly I started to shoot this film, and it came out at the right timing. Yeah. People love it. Yeah.
That's so great. This film is very heavily focused on young children, 6th graders, right? And I wanted to hear your thoughts about how you feel like the future generation might change. We did get a scene where Chocho and his dad talked to him and his friend about sexuality, which is something that's so important to talk about when you're younger. So what are your thoughts about the future of the LGBT community in Taiwan?
Yeah, it's bright. The future is pretty bright. I can tell you, here I'm in Taiwan right now, and I live here, and I'm a resident, I'm a citizen here, and it's the vibe is totally different before 2019. I mean, it's been hopeful, but now it's like energetic. The LGBT community is like it's very energetic, and there are a lot of going on here. A lot of projects are going on, and all these grants, they always, as far as I know, they always receive applications, stories related to LGBT community, and you always see some films got made, about all kinds of aspects of this community. So the future is bright. And for children, yes, that's one of the purpose that I want to make about make this film, because in this film, Jia Hao, the stepfather of the kid, was bullied, when he was younger, and now he's seeing his son, having similar trouble, but he could have a better future if he could just help a little bit, and from he knows what the experience feels like, and so he can think differently, That's why I have two characters, compare, back to back in the film. The adult, he has some distress, depression from the past, and the kid, he could have a different result, different answer to this, to the same situation he had that he had before. So that's what that's why I write this story, and I want people to see it.
Thank you so much. Please let us know how we can follow your work or
Yes.
see more about this project.
Yeah. So we have a fan page on Facebook. You can simply go on Facebook and put down Swinging Film, SWING. Oh, sorry, no G. Correction.
We've got the link
SWING.
down there.
Oh yeah, there's a link.
Yeah,
Good.
there it is.
Swinging Film. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Just type it
Yeah.
and find us.
Yeah.
And there will be more news coming up
That's wonderful.
in the near future. And so please follow us, and please participate CamFest, watch our film, and yeah.
Thank you. I'd like to bring everyone back up for a goodbye. Thank you, everyone, for participating in this Q&A. Please enjoy the rest of the festival and take care.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.